Before we start, can we talk about the shirt Ruben's wearing? I like it.
You mean what shirt?
Oh yeah, Ruben.
Is that camouflage? It looks Hawaiian.
Camo.
Do you have
It's not at all camo. It's just tie-dye.
That's not cameo. That's it's not camo or Hawaiian. That's tie-dye.
I thought it was Hawaiian. That's why.
Sorry,
I was
just trying to figure out why I hated it.
Alright.
It was a combination.
Keelan
of
likes it. So.
I liked it.
No, he didn't. He just laughed at you.
No, I like it.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit different. You know, it's something different. It's like if a woman was wearing a blue dress and she started a bukkake scene but forgot to take it off.
Keelan's always so disappointed with your attempts at humor.
Oh, no, Ruben, I like the shirt. That's actually why I commented on it.
It's made of bamboo. It's really an interesting texture.
Oh, I don't like this shirt anymore.
You might get eaten by
What?
Well, guys, it's a really interesting texture. So the joke's on you with your boringly textured t-shirts because mine feels quite unique.
You're at high risk of getting eaten by a panda, though, so suck it. All right, can we start the episode?
Yeah,
Okay, guys, we're gonna come clean with you. We sat in the call for about 40 minutes trying to plan this episode. And
we're gonna tell them all?
Yeah, we collectively decided that we do not have enough ideas to record an episode, so we've decided to come back in a couple of days and finish it off.
Are we gonna start the episode though?
I don't know.
I got one thing.
Yeah.
So what about we do like 5 minutes now, and then it would just cut.
Yeah,
the next one.
Yeah.
Guys, welcome.
Welcome to Luke and Lewis. It's a brand new episode. It's got a bit of a unique start, you know. It's even more unique than the feel of Ruben's t-shirt, but we're here and we'll come back later to finish it.
We're not leaving
Luke's
all
got
that in,
one
are
story.
we?
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, that'll make no sense.
No, this is the you're right. Lewis is correct. It's the bamboo t-shirt of episodes. It has a nice feel to it. And Keelan's losing his mind.
Yeah, it's you know, it's quite unique, but ultimately it looks like shit. So welcome to the show.
So you just insulted your own podcast, right?
Yeah.
Well,
That's what happened?
No, just this episode.
Okay.
We're happy to bring down Luke and Lewis as long as we bring down your fucking t-shirt in the process.
Yeah.
Now, Lewis was at Woolies the other day.
Yeah.
Right,
Hey, man,
as I do.
Just clarifying, does this story go for 50 minutes?
No. I reckon if we get another 90 seconds out of this, I'll be thrilled.
Okay. Yeah. You're at Woolies. Go.
I was in the produce aisle, was buying some apples, and I'm padding a little bit.
So the apples aren't relevant?
Pink ladies, if you wanted to know.
Yeah. Have you had one yet?
Yes, they were delicious.
Did you wash them when you got home?
For one specific reason, right? A, you should always wash your apples, but an extra reason, there was a lady also shopping for apples that wasn't wearing a mask. And I thought it was store policy that you had to be wearing a mask. I thought they would stop you at the door. Apparently not. She must have slipped through the cracks of the security that is the 14-year-old standing there washing out the baskets. At the
It's
front.
always some 14-year-old with low self-esteem.
Yeah, wouldn't have the courage to tell some grown woman, hey,
you're supposed to be wearing... She's gone.
that's actually what would have happened.
Yeah.
And she looked at me because I you know when you like, I just double looked at her because you look at everyone, they're all wearing masks. And I looked at her and I was like, oh, is her mask clear? And I looked back at her and I was like, oh, she's not wearing one. She saw me look back at her and she goes, what? And I was like...
She was waiting for her Facebook Live moment. She was her thumb hovering over that fucking live button. What? Is this my moment?
Yeah, and I didn't give it to her. She goes, what? And I went, huh? And she goes, what are you looking at? And I was like, obviously you. And then she goes, why? Why are you looking at me? Because she wanted it, right? And I just went, I looked her up and down and I was like, she was wearing shuffling pants, by the way. And I was just like, nah. And I walked away and she got so angry. I just went,
That's great.
no, nah. And I said it out loud and I was like, I'm just not going to give you this. And then, I'm like, you know what? I came in here for fucking apples, not to get on a current affair. Okay.
Fuck, that would have
Fuck
been
off.
so good for the show, though. Like, imagine if you were just on Facebook Live screaming at a woman in a supermarket. Think about how many views we'd get.
We could have had a
didn't
fucking
care that
episode
much.
today.
Pardon? Yeah, but I
We
don't.
would have had a whole
True.
episode.
I know, but I just in that moment I didn't care. I don't.
Yeah.
I wasn't even bothered by it. I was just like, you're
I
a
like
lunatic.
Because
But
you know those people, like they are fucking terrified, and they've full on rehearsed every argument in their own head. That's why she wanted it. She was like, "What?" And in her head, she thought, "This is what I'm trained for. I'm going to pull up the Bill of Rights that was written by an American."
yeah. So that was my story, and I think that was a good start. And
I
then
have a-
we should reconvene and maybe do this another day.
I have a little story about Woolies, if I can tell it.
right.
Save it.
Indulge us. Okay.
Yeah.
Should I save it or?
Should we
Hang
have
on.
a vote?
How good is it?
Oh, a little
Because
bit.
Luke's story was
you know
pretty
what?
fucking good.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought Luke's story was okay, so that's why I thought my story
Hey,
would
Keelan.
fit.
Hey, Keelan, buddy. How about this? Spend a couple of days on it, just like the show.
Sleep on it.
You know?
Well,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't a
We-
good one. I
we-
just wanted to add in my Woolies tidbit.
Hey, mate, we've started really well. We started great. It ended strong. We have a bunch of other ideas, but they're just not up there. So, you know,
I'll leave it to
take a
the Keelan
leaf out
Rubin
of it.
podcast. I'll leave it to that.
well, okay. Well, if it can fit in that show, we're definitely not doing it on Luke.
Yeah. No.
okay, well, we'll keep an eye out for that on Luke and Lou's Patreon.
All right. So we'll be back in about 10 seconds for you guys, but for us, 3 days. So we'll see you then. We have nothing to talk about, but hopefully we come up with something.
Hey, guys, please do some shit in the next couple of days. Do something. Get hit by a car. Do something interesting.
And if anyone says, why are you looking at me? Fucking yell at their face in public and try and get on the telly. All right?
And all
For
right,
the
so everyone,
show.
I want to. When we come back, I want everyone to have some great ideas and some better T-shirts. All right, let's go. Hey guys, look at it.
No, we're not playing the
Hey
intro.
guys, it's been 3 days. Welcome back to the show. As you obviously know, listen to this. We tried filming this episode. Couldn't be fucked, so we waited 3 days and we're here. How good's procrastinating? This is the first
Yep.
procrastinated episode. We might not even finish it. We feel good now, but we might not finish it.
I wonder how this would have gone down on radio. I mean, we did do a few things similar back in the day to this. There was one time where we just didn't finish the show. Remember, we tested to
Yeah.
see if our boss was listening. We worked out that he wasn't, and then we just left the building.
Because he said that he listened to all of our
Yeah,
shows,
we called
lied
his
to
bluff.
our face. So we thought, okay, well, if you don't call us right now, we're leaving early. And he didn't, so we left.
And this is pretty much the podcast equivalent of that, which is now we've left, we're gone.
Yeah, but we are back now, and to be honest, mate, we had a little planning session before this. I think this episode's going to be great, and postponing it was a fucking great call.
I've just realized that I'm going to be flipped now. So during the week, I've flipped my whole bedroom. So I used to be over the other side of the bedroom. Now I'm over this side, and I used to look like this way at you guys.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking this way. So now do you have to flip me on the screen? And people are going to hate that because I'm always on
because
the
then
left.
memoirs of a white guy is going to be mirrored, and that'll look weird. How about we just make Ruben upside down?
Ooh, that is a good idea.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
Okay.
for the whole episode.
Right.
What?
Yeah, for
Well,
the
how-
whole episode.
That doesn't change anything.
I feel like that'll be distracting. and also
well,
not solving.
That
Okay,
doesn't
fine,
help
but just-
anything.
Okay, well, fine. Put him back. Put him back. That's all right. Sorry
Thank
about
you
that,
so
mate.
much.
So,
Jesus.
What am I? Should I just put you
Right
guys?
now,
There's a
but-
window there. I can't really put you guys over here.
I
I'd
think
have to-
they're going to have to suffer for this episode, and you should have thought about this before we start.
No, this is my permanent setup. I'm not moving it back. This will be an ongoing issue from now on.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
can't you just move the camera to the other side?
Oh yeah. No, yeah, but then the camera won't have like the set, like it won't
Yeah.
have like anything good in the background. But yeah, I could just have
mine
the back.
looks like shit. That's just going to have to be what
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, I'll do that next episode. It's gonna look like
Yeah.
shit from now on, guys,
Hey,
and I'm
guys,
not gonna
it's
change it.
quarantine. It's quarantine. This is what you get.
Now, Lewis, just after we finished recording 3 days ago, but I guess 2 minutes ago for everyone else,
Yeah.
we then did a secret podcast. Oh, Sorry. We then did
Can you not? Can you fucking not tell them about that? That's a secret.
We did some other thing where we kept recording for people who support us on Patreon. I forget what it was, but we were talking.
Something like that.
And during it, we were discussing something else. Did you just take a photo of me? Oh, you?
No, I was just
wiped my brain.
Just wiping everyone's memory. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Doing the Men in Black just to make sure they don't remember that.
Well, I still remember. Oh, right. The thing I said. Yeah. I just remember what happened.
Well, don't say it again because I just mind wiped them. So
okay. During that, we're discussing.
Podcast fucking sucks.
Jesus.
This is a fucking shit bit, isn't it? I've been doing it for months. It sucks.
I think you need to wipe their memories of that.
100% your fault. No one else has ever done that bit. I vaguely even remember it from the movie. Like, I think I've never seen that movie in its full, and I think I know what you're talking about. I always kind of just go along with it. It's not your best, but it's anyway.
It is a bit.
It is one. So it's not a good one though, but it is one.
I'll accept that.
So we're talking, right, with all the boys, and your girlfriend comes in.
This is all on record.
It's all on record.
Patreon if you want to watch this.
And I think we'll just throw in a little clip to give people some context here.
Yeah.
This is what happened. Boom, delete everything. You go, all right. And then a week later, when Keelan goes, hey,
what's that smell? What have you burnt? What's that? What'd you do?
You left the stove on all night.
did you leave the stove on all night?
Oh my god.
What's that?
What is this? Oh, the kitchen mat. Did you have to put water on that? How much fire was on?
It was the whole thing was on fire.
Did you just light your house on fire?
Wait. Kind of less funny and more life-threatening.
Yeah. Should we get a fire extinguisher?
Lewis almost lit his house on fire.
Almost burnt the rental down there.
It's very on brand, isn't it?
Now, I would like to defend myself here.
Okay.
And I would like to place exactly 50% of the blame on my girlfriend, Jazz. Okay? We've done some investigating, and she came at me full force saying it was 100% my fault. Mate, I talked her down to 50% with a few questions. Right? 1, okay? She cooked, and then I served half an hour after she finished cooking, and I assumed the stove would be off. Yeah?
Fair assumption.
Sorry,
Fair
follow-up
assumption.
question.
Yep.
Why were you serving half an hour after she finished cooking?
Do you hate cold food? Oh, sorry, do you like cold food?
I was working. So she cooked.
Okay.
And
Too
then
busy to
waited
have
for
dinner
me.
with your girlfriend. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. During a world
goes-
pandemic, hustle
Goes
never
without
stops.
question. I've got better shit on. No, we were just like, she cooked and then we waited till I was finished work to have dinner together because
Okay.
we love each other very much. That being said, I just tried to kill us all in our fucking house by burning it down, but that's irrelevant. So I assumed that it was off, didn't check it, and then we went to bed. Apparently the stove was on all night, okay? Now, then, okay, she goes to clean, picks up the mat that we keep on the floor so that she could vacuum. For some reason, puts it on the stove without realizing the stove's on. Okay? Now, you don't put things on the stove ever
That's
unless
what
you're cooking, right?
I was discussing with Meg because I was telling her about it, Meg, and
Meg,
she was like, "Wait," I was like, "Yeah," and then like they burnt their carpet, and she's like, "Wait, why was the carpet on the stove?" And I was like, "Oh, I think it must have been a mat."
that's
I
what
couldn't,
I said.
but I couldn't
Jazz
even. I
goes,
didn't even
"How
have an
could you light
explanation for her.
How could you leave the stove on all night? And I went, well, why did you put carpet on the stove?
It's very confusing when
So
I was
I'm
trying to
not
tell that
saying
story.
I'm not saying that it's not my fault. I'm just here saying that it's our fault, and we're gonna die, and it'll be an
Hang on,
equal
so
shared responsibility.
no, hang on. She cooked, so she should have turned the stove off,
Yeah,
and then she put the carpet on the stove.
yeah.
And what part of this is your fault?
I think it's because I have a penis.
Oh, right.
No, I think it's
You're not to blame at all. I would try and be shaking the last 50% of the blame if I were you.
really. You think I should negotiate her down? Because right now I'm sitting at a 50, and I'm kind of happy
Yeah.
with the deal.
But what part of this is your fault? It sounds like you weren't even there when both of these things happened, and then she just threw a burnt piece of carpet at you.
You know what? Maybe I'm in an abusive relationship. Maybe that's the issue. So I think it's because there was a pot of food on the stove. I served it up
Yeah.
and assumed that it was turned off, but I didn't turn it off. But I also kind of think that you finish cooking, you turn off the stove, right?
Yeah. And was she heating the food? Is that what the idea was? To
It was
keep
like
the food
pasta
hot?
sauce.
Yeah, okay.
I think
But
that was the idea.
still, it's like, I would say you had an opportunity to turn the stove off, sure, but I don't think it was your responsibility.
Half an hour after cooking finished, I would
no.
assume it's
Yeah.
off.
I wouldn't be taking any of the blame if I were you. I would be really
Okay,
trying to
well,
weave
you
my
know
way
what?
out of that.
Guys, sound off in the comment section below. What percentage of the responsibility should I negotiate for? Because right now I'm at 50, but I'm tending to agree with Luke. Maybe this is like a 20, you know?
Yeah,
or even
like a
zero.
soft
What do you
15.
think? A 15. Ruben,
Yeah.
thoughts?
I would go 30.
You reckon 30?
Yeah. Because I think you should have realized that half an hour after it was finished,
Yeah.
it would have still been heating, like, to stay warm.
You should have known that, like, why is this pasta so why don't I have to microwave this? This has been up half an hour. Like, the lack of observation, and I've witnessed this when I'm around you a lot, is like, you just lack awareness of, like, things around you while you're
To
talking.
be fair, it was very low heat, and on our stove, when you can't see it at all when it's on really low. So you can't really see. So I'm going to take Ruben's 30, and I'm going to bump that down to a nice 20, because I think ultimately, doesn't matter stove's on or not, who the fuck puts carpet on the stove? That's where we cook.
I agree. And I'm glad that situation is rectified and we can all
Yeah.
move on.
Great.
But,
I'm
yeah,
only
you guys missed
20%
some-
a moron.
You guys missed some drama. When that happened in the moment, whew, damn.
Yeah, that bit went for like 5-10 minutes or so. So if you want to watch that, that's on Patreon now. I shouldn't really be telling you this, but just keep it a fucking secret, because it is the secret.
Seriously?
Podcast. It comes out twice a month.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not you, Lewis, well, and you, but anyone, don't tell a soul about what we just told you.
Yeah.
Great. It's just a little secret. We'll keep here. Lewis,
Yep.
one of our employees has an addiction.
Yes.
Probably hard
this
to
is-
guess who.
I'd say it's Ruben.
Really?
What am I
Incorrect.
addicted to?
Well, we can start there, you know, because obviously this will just be like a small detour, and then we can get onto the main course, which you're obviously a fan of, Keelan. What's Ruben addicted to?
Making good TikToks.
Burn? Got him? Oh,
Oh, got him. I really like your content. I think you're creative.
great. Got him?
Owned.
Owned. Ruben's crying. Now, well, Luke, why don't you just take it away? Because I've definitely noticed this, but Luke, you kind of seem to be the ground zero of this issue that the team has decided to bring up to Keelan.
Well, it was actually Ruben brought it to the table, and I went, yes, 1,000 times, yes, this needs to be addressed. I have also seen it becoming a problem, but I guess therefore it means Ruben is a better friend than me, because I was kind of happy to just sit here and let this happen. I probably would have gone another 2 to 3 weeks of this behavior happening and not intervened or said anything.
So I've missed all of this. I've only caught murmurs of it.
You're pretty, again, you're not that observant. And also I think you find it funnier than you find it concerning.
Well,
and that's
yeah,
also
I mean,
my problem.
Yeah.
So before the show, Ruben kind of just said, boys, I think we need to have an intervention.
Another one.
Keelan has an addiction. And I was like, oh, he's, I haven't seen too many Tim Tams. There's no...
If Ruben said that to me, honestly, I would have gone, which one? Because it could be V, it could be Tim Tams, it could be fucking KFC, it could be anything, right?
It's not food related.
What? Okay, what's going on? Okay, are you on heroin, mate?
Keelan. It started off
You didn't say no.
like any addiction,
Yeah.
innocent as ever.
Yeah.
I would say it started off out as a lust for money, right?
Okay.
You've been streaming a lot lately because Lewis and I have started streaming, and
Yeah.
we've noticed that you keep begging for money on live streams, and unfortunately, because again, our fans are enablers, they give you a lot of money while streaming. So much money, in fact, that at one point while we were streaming together, you genuinely contemplated quitting the show and taking up streaming full time. I think you made about $300 in half an hour at one point.
It was $300 in 10 minutes.
And is that US?
It makes me so
Australian.
angry.
Australian. That's infuriating.
Still infuriates
now,
me.
Luke, I'm going to step up to the plate and I'm going to say that I have been more than an enabler with this addiction, Keelan's
you
cash
have.
addiction. I have been an encourager and I've been actively making it worse. Every single time Keelan streams, I have been joining it right away, and he only ever streams to like 10 people. So to put it in perspective,
30 people. 30 people.
I've never been in there, and there's been more than 9 other people. I'm including myself as one of the 10. I'm 10% of your audience whenever I join, right? To put it in perspective,
To be fair, one time I saw it at 22.
Okay.
It's a solid. It's a average of 30.
Oh, that's fucking bullshit. It's not an average
not.
of 30.
It's not. It's between 20 and 30.
That's not an average. You can't say it's an average of 30 and say it's between. That's a
That
peak
means,
of 30.
that means the average would be 25 if it was an average between 20 and 30.
Let's settle on 25. Average of
right.
25.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, when I have been there, there's been an average of 9 other people, and that's just my stats that I'm going off.
Okay, sure.
And to put that in perspective, I streamed my first stream to 500 people. So for Keelan to be making $300 in 10 minutes out of 10 people, that would be me making like thousands of dollars. So it's the ratio's off the chain, and I think a big reason for this is because every time I see Keelan streaming and I have 5 minutes, I'll jump in the chat and say, give Keelan money now. Why is no one donating? You must give him money. Hurry up and donate.
I think one time Keelan and I was streaming together, and I wasn't affiliated on Twitch yet, so no one could give me money, and you tweeted people to give Keelan money instead of me. Now, that's fine, right? But it did
I do
start
know
a
that.
massive problem, because since this started happening, we're in a world pandemic, obviously. No surprises. Keelan has no idea what to do with the money. And the intervention is not about his lust for money. It's about his irresponsible use of the money that he's been receiving.
Yeah, Keelan's been acting like a 19-year-old guy who grew up poor and just signed like $100 million NFL contract. I
Yes.
was like, bro, this is going to last forever. Let's fucking spend this shit.
AKA Lewis after his second tour, when he bought like 2 Gucci belts and a Gucci hat, and everyone went, hey, what are you doing?
Hey,
Buy a car first. This was when you lived at home, didn't have a license, your life was not together, right? And you were just
then,
like...
then I had to go back to the call center, didn't I?
Yeah.
So, Keelan, I've literally been there before. I have made what seemed like a lot of money at the time, and then realized, oh, hang on, this is the only money I'm going to make all year. I'm running out fast. Maybe I should sell these belts.
Now, Ruben, what was the issue you first had, and where did you first notice this coming about?
Right. Well, first off, let me say that Keelan, we are gathered here today because we care for you.
Well, Ruben does, and we're here to kind of laugh a bit. And also, because we care.
For both. Yeah.
All right, that's
You're
good.
both.
So I noticed you put something up on Instagram, which was a compilation of you getting streamers with D's nuts jokes, which is a harmless hobby. It is a shit hobby, of course, but it is harmless. Except for the fact that some of these streamers you were paying super chats to try and get them on D's nuts jokes. And the thing is, Keelan, I'm not sure if other people would know this, but if you read our group chat, you would know that what was posted on Instagram is really just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, You've actually done more. And by the way,
way more. There are a few people that should not be posted that have been got.
And just yes, but we won't talk about that. But just an example of what Keelan's been up to, if you haven't seen it. For example, Caden McDonald, another YouTuber. We love Caden. He's streaming, and then you just hear, Keelan, do you know Philip? And then, do you know Phil? And then Caden goes, oh, who's Phil? Keelan replies with another super chat, being Phil D's nuts in your mouth. And
See, doing the first super chat, I understand because that's the bait, right? But you don't have to like get them with another super chat. That should be free. So for you to be baiting and reeling in by spending money is obscene.
You know what was good though? He did it to Darcy from Fairbairn Films, right? And Darcy was just stoked to get the $4. He was just like, well, if you want to pay me to do that, then keep it coming.
It was $6 twice,
It
actually.
was $15 in total, actually.
Okay, even more then.
So much money.
My argument is that
Keelan,
they're
you
getting
didn't
so
make
many...
it better for yourself.
I don't care. The argument is that they're getting so many views and so many comments. Just typing in "Do you know Phil" in the comment section, they're not going to see it. So I have to.
No,
super chat.
that's fine. The first super chat makes sense because they have to read that. The second follow up,
Right.
The one for
Okay.
Hayden, I
Hey,
sent in. Do you know Phil these nuts? I sent that in 3
Lewis.
times before I decided to send it in
Lewis,
super chat.
let's pull back a bit.
Yeah.
None of this is fine. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Like, that's
Yeah,
why
you're
we're
right,
doing
yeah.
the intervention. Because, like, this is not a good way to spend your money. And not only that, it's people's money who listen to our show, right? And then I guess they can kind of see exactly where their investment's going. So that's not a bad thing. It's very transparent.
It's like one super chat goes into his bank account and 6 super chats fly out.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't stopped there. Lewis, you've noticed some irresponsible
Yep.
spending.
It's not just super chats, Keelan. We've been noticing a lot of rampant, unnecessary meme spending. I've got this money, don't really feel like I've earned it, so I'm going to buy
just said-
something shit for the boys.
Boom, in the bin.
YouTube money isn't real money. If you think about it like that, it's like getting job
You
keeper,
work in
it's like, who cares?
social media, so you better start treating it as real money.
You get paid with YouTube money, bro. That's literally the only reason you're sitting in a house without the landlord knocking on the door saying, get the fuck out. It's YouTube bucks, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't care.
Okay, right. Well,
I'm so scared for you once JobKeeper ends.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, what am I
So-
going to do?
I've noticed, Keelan, something pretty crazy to do with your spending. And in fact, it's pretty evident on today's show. What's that on your T-shirt?
It's a Maverick logo.
Maverick
Be Maverick.
logo.
Hang on.
Logan Paul merch.
Be Maverick.
Big Maverick. Okay, and Keelan, how much money have you spent on Maverick merchandise?
$120. Australian.
And what did you receive? 100 T-shirts?
Just this.
Oh, you got your mask.
This is
There
all
we
I got.
go. Just that, the t-shirt and the mask
Just
for 120
two
bucks.
things.
The shipping was $60 Australian.
And that
No,
didn't deter
$60
you. Didn't deter
$60
you at
American,
all.
rather. Sorry.
Just
I mean,
to be clear, though,
That's like
you
$80
knew
bucks.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
I'm just glad the mask came. This mask was mentioned so long ago in the show now, I briefly forgot about it.
It's been 2
And-
months.
Actually, that reminds me. That must reminds me. I think you and I had a deal, Keelan.
But I don't have a post-it note, so I'm going to have to just hold this.
How about you go spend
for the
some
whole
money
episode.
on some blue tack or something like that instead
Yeah,
of...
hang on. I got some blue tack right here.
Yeah.
Great.
So for those who don't know, Lewis was paying Keelan $10 an episode to hire out the ad space on his face,
Yeah.
which
on the
is
mask.
very, very distracting.
Now the money that I'm spending here, next episode I expect a proper sign that fits the mask and doesn't just cover your entire face. And
It's
also,
fallen off 3 times.
it's fallen off 3 times, and we're also halfway through the episode. I'm only paying $2.50 for this, mate. I'm sorry. The service you
$5
promised-
if it's halfway through the episode.
No, it
Yeah, but
keeps
you've
falling
just
off.
taken it off.
Oh, sorry.
$2.50, mate. Final offer.
What?
$10
No.
if you sorted out the delivery system.
Come on, mate. That's one super chat. Oh.
Oh, come on, bro. He doesn't need the money. That's why we're doing this intervention.
so
He's just
rich.
tearing up money.
Boys, we got one more person to hear from.
We always go around the table with interventions. And Nigel, it's your turn to speak.
I've actually saved the most concerning and reckless spending until last Friday. Last Friday. I did a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Now we already know that Keelan loves a super chat. Now I almost allowed. I almost like just kind of allowed the D's nuts stuff because that's kind of Keelan's thing, and I get that that's where that's what he enjoys comedically.
Unfortunately.
Each to their own.
Yeah.
Getting
But-
people is good.
He just was coming into my super chat, giving me like $8 at a time just to get his name on the screen. Now, he has a platform, right? He's on this podcast every week. You'd think that this is enough validation for one person, but at one point he just paid $5.99 to tell everyone that Ruben is the beta of the show. And you know what? It was a pretty alpha move. I couldn't even knock it. And
That's
then
pretty good.
Meg starts like, stop it, Keelan. You're not sending us money. We're going to send it back. And he said, you can't stop me, and sent another super chat. And then he said, do your best, another one. It was just completely reckless. And then Devlin, our other editor who does TikToks, started to get competitive and then started to super chat me as well.
Oh, no.
So you're not the only editor who's
Well, Devlin
throwing
needs
away
to
their
fucking
money.
stop because TikTok might not be around next week. That's
I
risky.
know. Ruben, you're the only one who works for us with financial common sense. So
Thank
we
you.
appreciate that. But also, I guess maybe
Pay
live
up.
a little.
I can defend myself with all this spending at the end.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, it did continue for quite some time is how it goes. It didn't really
How
stop.
much money did Keelan give you over the one stream?
Maybe like $30-40.
So, Keelan,
cares?
how... Look at this fucking aristocrat. Who cares?
You don't make a lot of money. I pay you. I know how much money you make, and I know you can't afford that.
JobKeeper. How much money have you spent on just super chats since you started doing it, do you think?
Not as much as I've made from YouTube. I think that's where my line is. I know how much I've made from YouTube, and I know how much
Yeah.
I'm spending.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even spent half of what I've made.
Okay.
I haven't made that much, but
Come on, mate. What's the figure?
350.
On super chats.
$350?
Yeah.
This has been over the course of about 2 weeks.
Oh,
By the
yeah.
way,
I just always just.
he gets a bit excited. It's happening in the moment. I get it.
And they got this little thing on when you're on your phone.
Yeah.
The super chat icon
It's very easy, isn't it?
animates. So it's like, oh, I want to hit that. I want to hit it.
You see a
That's
colourful
like
button.
that's like some chimp in a lab shit.
And it works. and the worst thing is when you're typing a message,
Yeah.
you only get you have to pay like $7 to get a certain amount of characters. So $7 is the best investment, in my opinion.
Oh, fuck, that's funny. You know,
Well,
Also,
we're gonna have to when we've been talking about it. We haven't decided on this, but we're thinking about live streaming the Loogies this year because it looks like an actual in-person show isn't going to be possible. The amount of money we are going to make from just Keelan sending super chats into the fucking stream that
our own
he's in
stream.
is gonna we could put 10 grand up for the film budget. We're gonna make it back like that.
let me defend myself a little bit.
Okay.
I'm doing the old getting money and reinvesting it back into the business. Not into my business, just into the business of YouTube.
So, like, if
Right.
I support the company, eventually it'll all come back.
Yeah. And
But you kind of, you're right. You're not really investing on the stock market. You're kind of just investing on a grassroots level in
You know
literally
what?
giving them profit.
I used to do that with when I was like big on Facebook, and Facebook was a good platform. I would do that with Facebook ads. Like whenever I'd post something considerably edgy, I would then put a couple $100 into Facebook ads and be like, what? They're not going to ban a paying customer, are they? Works like a charm.
Oh, is that how you got stuff to get like not taken down?
I
you just put money
actually
behind
do-
it.
I mean,
That
it
is
makes sense,
so
right?
corrupt. They
makes
just like
sense.
bend their rules. Like, oh, but if you're giving us, $100 US, then we're happy to bend the rules a bit.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah. Now, Keelan, obviously, don't think we've had a great success rate with past interventions. How have we gone on this one?
Okay.
I've stopped drinking Coke. I think I talked to Ruben about this the other day. Sugar during the week is out. No
Really?
No
No
sugar.
sugar at all.
Trying my hardest to not have any additional sugar. Yeah.
Actually, can I make a
That's
quick
good.
comment? Keelan thought I was joking and being ironic during the week. I just want to clarify I wasn't. There was a screenshot that got put up of the radio gang. I couldn't make that catch up, but all catching up over FaceTime. And that got put up on the story. And I replied to Keelan's story and I said, dude, you look like a model here. And he goes, ha ha ha. And thought I was just like abusing him. Fair. Right?
I thought he was
Fair,
being mean.
But no, I wasn't. Either I don't know. We can get the shot. It's probably still around. You look. We can chuck it up on the screen here. You look great. I thought there was a filter on you. You've got
You
a little
actually
fuck
do
boy.
today. You look a lot better than when you were just having Tim Tams and Coke. So
Got a little
I don't
e-boy
know-
mustache.
Yeah, I mean, well, he doesn't have one mustache. He's got two. They don't connect yet, but they,
Yeah.
they are there.
Yeah.
True.
Two's better than one.
All the comments in the last episode were telling me to shave it.
Yeah.
Don't listen
But,
to
but
him, man.
hopefully, a lot of people will be like, wow, look at this handsome, wealthy man.
I'm so rich. Look at my $80 shirt.
Yeah. I really think you've been turning your life around. You know,
A
you
little
got the
bit.
Maverick merch on.
I cleaned my apartment the other day for the first time in almost 3 months.
Wow.
3 months. That's
Yeah.
great. That's
What's
some
getting
hoarded
into you?
shit.
We're
But,
on,
good
we're
on
on
you.
the up, guys. We're on the up.
Man,
Yeah.
I kind of devolved into a piece of shit during quarantine the last few weeks. I'm pulling it back out. I've been working out every day, eating properly, keeping my office clean. I think that I want to leave quarantine better than I was going in. That's
I
my
reckon
goal.
one more week of slobbing about, and then I reckon I'll join you guys on the upwards
Okay.
trajectory. Yeah,
Really?
I reckon
so the world gym hasn't really been getting much of a workout.
No, it has, but I'm just like, cause you need to really exercise like properly every second day to see some kind of
Yes.
benefit at least.
Yeah.
And when you do that every third day, you you just stay at a constant and you
Yeah.
feel sloppy and like unfit every time you go because you feel like
Yeah.
you're trying to make up for I guess and also let's be honest, the beers and the diet haven't been 100% on point.
The zingers as well.
Yeah, I
Man.
did have a zinger
Yeah,
last
it's not
week.
good. I think Jasmine and I think this is what made me decide to start turning it around. I think most of our meals last week were just Uber Eats shit.
That's not good.
Yeah, just rubbish. Because
I
we were
think
just
we had
sick
a
of
bad
cooking
weekend.
for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's just, with us, it gets to a point where, like, sometimes Mega's a heart condition, so sometimes she just can't get up. And that
Yeah.
should then fall into me. Be like, all right, Luke, step up, be a good boyfriend, cook for both of us. But, I'm busy.
That's like women's
I'm
work,
swamped.
as
Oh, yeah, I
This
know.
is the most important thing. Like, that's, you can't expect a man to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, a man should be there to monitor because if you leave them alone, they might burn down the kitchen.
Oh, my God.
You know what they're like.
Yeah, true that. 70% likely to.
I
Yeah.
cook, guys. I do cook. I actually have been enjoying cooking.
No, I've just been, I don't know. Because I will get the streaming stuff ready and I like stream at 8 p.m. If we don't have dinner
Yeah.
before 8 p.m., then it becomes like Uber Eats.
That's
You-
throwing shit at me. She can hear everything.
and you know what? Good.
Yeah, good. Fair play.
So yeah, that's kind of like, I don't really have an excuse is essentially what I'm saying. I do need to lift my game, but Keelan, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but you're currently my inspiration. If you can do it, then I think anyone can. So,
Keelan is offended by the compliment.
If I can do it.
It definitely was a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, that was a real backhand. That was a
Well,
back fist.
It was,
That was
the
a
best I
spinning,
could do.
back-fisted compliment.
The roundhouse kick of compliments.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess Keelan, take what we said on board. The only thing
Yeah.
I guess that needs to be turned around now for you is the financial spending, but it seems like you've turned around other aspects of your life, so we're willing to let it slide.
I'll really try my hardest to restrict myself from spending money on your super chats.
Okay.
I can't
Great.
promise that I won't do it to anyone else, but for you, I will.
Okay.
Well, look, you know, if this is coming out on Tuesday, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night, Wednesday, 6 to 10 p.m. I'll see you there, Keelan.
Actually, that's annoying. Last week when Lewis started streaming, I started gifting subs. They're like $10 each. I did like 4. I was just like, sub. Just because it was
Fuck,
fun.
I'm so gonna end up with blue hair in a few weeks. I just upgraded the PC, fixed all of my issues, and I'm really angry about it because if I have a month full of issue-free streams, I'm gonna have blue balls.
I'm at 140 on the
It's not good.
yeah, it's Monday morning currently when we're recording this, so I will have probably streamed again by the time the episode is up, but I don't know. I'm feeling unsure about I think I'll be brunette at the end of the month.
You might be. I think it all depends.
I'm not sure.
on if one of us gets it, the other person is going to get it because all of 100% of the energy will be shifted onto the person that doesn't have it.
This is my theory. You're going to get it real late in the month, and then it's all going to be too late.
Yeah, fuck.
You know what I mean?
Well,
And then
shit.
that
Well, it's up to the listener.
I think we should just get Luke to 999 and just tick Lewis over and
That
watch
would
the
make me
man
s-
dye his
That'd make me
pubes.
so fucking angry.
That would be great. Now, boys. We got now. Here's what we can do. Keelan, you wanted to talk about your Maverick merch? We've kind of already.
That was
Covered that.
it, wasn't it?
Oh, I just wanted
Was
to
there any
say
other things to add?
that it's for $120 Australian, it's very low quality. And that's
Okay,
all I
I
have
was-
to say about that.
Thought
But
this was
are
going to
you-
be an ad, and I'm glad you've thrown them under the bus now.
But
Are you
to get
surprised that Logan Paul's merch is not good quality?
I actually really was surprised because they go
Mate,
on
it's supposed to be the hottest merch in the game.
and I'd say
He
"Ooh,
does make
that
a
hurt
big,
my
a
hand.
big deal out of
About the quality.
about the quality.
Ruben
Is the
laughed at that
t-shirt
one.
good though? Surely the t-shirt's good.
It's the shitty American quality. I don't know what
Man,
it is.
American t-shirts
all
merch
American
sucks.
merch is fucking rubbish just to make money for as little money as possible. Like my stuff is like as really good quality for the price, but Americans who sell similar price stuff to me, it's rubbish.
I think I'm a bit spoiled with you guys' stuff because you guys have high quality merch. This is really just and like the print is really awful. Like that's going to come off in the wash.
It makes me angry whenever I get someone else's merch and it's not better than mine for some reason. I know that's stupid, but it makes me angry because I'm like, I know how to do it better. And I just get annoyed because I'm like, I know you've just spent like $3 less a t-shirt on this and you can tell.
But I like the
Well,
design of the
it's-
shirt. And that you can get that at maverick.com/shop.
No, you're not
It'll
plugging-
arrive in 6 months and it'll cost you $60 American in shipping, and it's
you
a
will
piece
have
of
to-
shit. But that's where
will
you can
have to
get
follow up on email as well.
it. Yeah, you didn't even get it.
Now, we had an email come in, and we've been talking recently a lot about a large majority. We think about 25% at least of our listeners use this podcast to fall asleep. So assuming about 75% of people are only still in here. I think 25% of people are gone at the moment.
Well, all of those sleepy guys are done because we
They've
found
nodded
out
off.
that the medium sleep time was about 15 to 20 minutes in. We thought it was
Oh,
halfway.
they were out
We
ages
way
ago.
off.
They probably
Yeah.
don't even know you burnt your house down.
I know.
Who knows? They might have just caught that, and then that
They might wake up and be like, "Oh fuck, I had this crazy dream that
Hang on,
Lewis
let's-
burned his house down."
Should we wake him up? Oh, fuck. That was strange occurrences, not the strange horn. Guys, I don't think I have that one. I think that's on Lewis's one. I don't have that sound. I got nothing to wait. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ.
I've got it.
God, oh, they're back. Hey guys,
Yeah.
welcome
Hey,
back.
Wakey, wakey.
Wakey. We got something serious to tell you sleepy listeners right now. This one came in from Brendan on our emails. lukeandlewis5@gmail.com. We take submissions for segments, local goss, thoughts, celeb spots at any time. But occasionally, we just get the odd random contribution to the show where people have felt the need to
Which we
tell
love.
us something.
Email us anytime. We love your input.
Almost, there's some of my favorite emails. Often these do
Yeah.
fall into the 5% because they've really gone out of their way to tell us something. Brendan said, back last year, I'd been working at McDonald's for probably 11 years. The last 6 as a senior manager. And with all the shit that goes on, it was starting to become a job I hated. It used to... Well, it doesn't really make sense.
What a hard
I used
worker.
to drive...
11 years in, and it was only starting to get annoying by year 11 at
I know,
fucking
working at
McDonald's.
Macca's.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have lasted 6 weeks.
I think it's annoying to be a customer at McDonald's with all those fucking noises going off. I hate it.
I used to drive 30 to 50 minutes to work, and then he goes in brackets, nearly 2 hours of travel a day. I mean, that's why he works at Macca's, not very good at maths, but that's all right.
Hey, this man's sent in a nice email, and you're just trashing him, calling him an idiot.
Yeah, okay, well, yes. Because he's made himself look
just
like a darn
clarifying.
fool. But going from the rest of his email, he genuinely might have brain damage, so I'll allow it. I'd listen to the podcast to relax on the way home and to not think
It's got a
about
helmet
work.
with the golden arches on it.
Right? So he listens to our show. And this was in 2019. He goes, last year,
More
and
of
this
a
is why
mascot than an employee, isn't he? Welcome to McDonald's.
Oh my god.
you're going to feel so bad when I finish the email.
Oh, no. Okay.
Last year, 2019, Father's Day, I was driving home after working overnight and listening to podcast episode 9, I think. It's one of the earlier episodes. Halfway home, I fell asleep driving 110 kilometers on the highway on the way home.
Should I just
Single
go?
lane, barriers lined with big trees. I'm all better and back at work now and still loving the show. Keep it up. Just thought I'd let you know. He just wanted to let us know, saying sometimes it's not a good idea to fall asleep during the show. We encourage it while in
crazy.
bed, but not at the wheel of a car. And he's shot in some pics here
Oh,
of the
fuck.
car on the side of the highway. And boy, oh boy, the dude is lucky
Dude.
to be alive.
Yeah. Man, that
Genuinely.
would be that he was almost our third dead listener.
Yeah, because we had a person listen to our radio show and then on the way to indoor soccer, and then had a cardiac arrest or something or a heart attack, and then
Medically they were dead, but they came back.
then they came back to life, and he said, I realized the last thing I ever would have heard was your radio show. And then we've
Yeah.
also had a dog pass away while watching this podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that was pretty eerie because the dog passed away listening to us talk about the other person almost dying. And that could
guys,
have
I
been
think our
fucking
podcast-
episode 9.
It's cursed.
Was that episode 9?
Oh, holy shit.
Maybe. Was it?
That
was pretty
episode's
early.
fucking cursed. Should we just delete that one?
Dude, don't listen to episode 9. You'll fucking die. It's cursed.
I think we called it Fan Dies Listening to Our Show. It was one of the earlier episodes.
It definitely was. It could be 9. Let's find that out.
I'll look that up
Um,
now.
Luke and Lewis
It
fan.
is not 9.
Oh, thank God.
Good. Okay. Which
Oh.
one's the cursed
It was
one?
number 4 was the cursed one. But then
Number 4.
a few after that, we talked about the dog dying during that.
well,
oh my
maybe that's
God.
number 9 then. Because the dog one would have happened after.
Yeah. Dude, this is bad. So anyway, Brendan, we're so glad you're okay, mate. And we're glad, you know what, because we need the views. So we're glad you're still tuning in.
Sorry, Luke, could you slow it down? Brandon, we're very happy that you listen to the show.
I think it's
Good
Brendan, actually.
job at McDonald's. He won't notice. Good job at McDonald's. Thanks for being a fan.
I don't know why he still tunes in.
Yeah, we almost killed him, and then we start saying he's disabled. It's not
Now
very
he's-
nice environment.
Now he's going to fucking drive off the highway on purpose.
Oh fuck! That's amazing. Well, that's fucking crazy. Seriously, it's great that you're still alive.
Yeah.
but watch
I
out,
kinda
guys,
wanna know
that
how you
podcast is cursed.
I kind of want to follow up email of like, obviously you went to hospital and stuff, but like, how do you survive a car crash at 110 kilometers an hour on a freeway at night?
I think
It
that
looks
must
like
be his
the
bad
car was-
maths.
Yeah, do you reckon that's bad maths? He was going like 40. he just doesn't know how to double.
You know what I want to know was, did he turn when he came to? Did he turn the show off, or did he just like, oh well, while I wait for the ambulance, I want to see what happens?
That's
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the ambulance caught a bit of the show on the way there. It might have still been running in the background. Imagine going up to the scene of the crime and like the radio's still on, and it's us just
You see
like,
this strange horn.
yeah, us just talking
That's a
about
bit strange.
what we talk about back in the day. Probably like I don't know,
Poo, warehouse poo for sure.
poo. Yeah, us two dudes just talking about a turd. That'd be good. Yeah, some perks of the job. Anyway, guys, a little bit of a grim note, but I just thought it was a good reminder to all the sleepy listeners to sleep
Yeah.
responsibly.
Yes, definitely in beds and floors, and not when operating, cars or heavy machinery.
Yep.
the episode he almost died in was when we were trying to win a trip to Thailand.
Yeah.
Not really worth it, was it? That competition segment kind of just fucked up our emails for life and
Yeah.
never really went anywhere on the show. We
And so,
still
yeah.
get promotional emails that I delete almost every week.
Yeah, we tried to fucking just get all the listeners to sign us up to every competition, every local raffle, just to see if we could win something, and we haven't won a single thing.
Yeah,
Our
and
emails
I
are
go
fucked.
through and check sometimes to see if we ever won anything because I'm like, God,
Yeah.
what a good throwback that would be to just, we forget we ever entered all these competitions and then we just,
Yeah,
you
even
know,
just like a meat tray at a pub would be enough.
but some of, like most of the stuff we entered was for holidays, so I'm assuming those, all those
yeah, they'd all be
competitions
cancelled.
got cancelled or revoked. I'm not sure what the legality of that is, but I think most of them were free to enter, so I think it's fine.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys.
Yep.
So to all of the listeners that are currently asleep, look, good luck with the funeral. I hope that goes well for you. Well, if anyone was, driving.
Yeah,
and
well, we've
sleeping.
already advised them against that, so that shouldn't be happening.
Well, that'll come into effect next episode. The people listening to this one have no idea.
What? Yeah, if they're listening now.
Guys. I think I should go work at McDonald's.
Yeah. You know what I think? I didn't have the optimum amount of Weet-Bix this morning, and I think
Yeah.
it showed in today's episode.
You reckon?
Yeah, I usually have 7. There was only 5 left, and I chucked some crumbs on the top, but that's not what you
Well,
want.
you know what? Keelan's been
And
killing
I've-
it recently. Why don't you wrap up the episode, mate?
Yeah, you've been doing great.
Oh, okay. How do you usually? Thanks for watching. Go watch the Keelan and Ruben podcast on the Patreon.
No, that's we never say that.
We never
We've
say
never
that.
said that.
We
would
got a
never,
really good
ever say
episode
that.
coming out tonight. So by the time you see this, if you go subscribe to the Luke and Lewis Patreon,
We're done.
best episode yet of the Ruben and Keelan podcast will be out. Thank you for watching.
Bit of a tambourine mishap.
Woohoo!